What's up, everybody? Corey Van Castle Cook here, also known as the Bearded Cinephile and one half of Movie Chumps. And I just got out of director Sean Durkin's The Iron Claw. This movie devastated me, man. I mean, the last 15 minutes of this film, I was absolutely in tears. I was absolutely weeping because this movie was so emotionally powerful. For those of you who don't know, it's the story of the Von Erich family, one of the most famous wrestling families in the history of professional wrestling, also known as Cursed. If you Wikipedia them, it's some terrible stuff that happened to them. It's just tragic. But this movie doesn't drown itself in that. The tragedy is horrible. I mean, when it's bad, it's bad. But this movie is so much more than that. It's about brotherhood. It's about love. It's a takedown of toxic masculinity. But it's an incredibly just well-done film overall. Some of the best cinematography of the year. Sean Durkin directs this masterfully. He lets the camera tell the story with everything, in terms of getting you up close and personal and how you want to feel in a certain situation. And that's what some of the great directors do. There's not a lot of slick, heavy editing in this, which I really appreciated. In fact, there's a scene that reminded me right out of the scene, the Copacabana scene from Goodfellas. It was definitely an homage to that. And it's interesting because there is a Goodfellas connection, because there is a point in this movie where it takes a turn. Like with Goodfellas, where it's like, okay, the party time's over, and then then the darkness comes. But I gotta just to say, amazing cinematography, a fantastic directing job by Sean Durkin, as I mentioned. The Zac Efron, I will never look at him the same way again. You will never look at him the same way again if you happen to watch this film. This is a true marriage of physical acting along with emotional acting. He's incredibly ripped and jacked, but he really breathes such life and depth and gravitas and into Kevin Von Erich's in this role. Harris Dickinson is amazing as David too. Jeremy Allen White rocks it as Carrie, and Holt McKenney, kind of a character actor for years. He could have played, the father figure there as just this evil bastard. And listen, he's kind of toxic in a lot of ways, but there's layers to him as well. Lily James is great as well as Kevin's wife. But this is a fantastic film, one of the best of the year. Definitely going to be in my top 10. Hope it's get some Oscar love. Zac Efron, will he get an Oscar nomination? It's going to be tough. It's a tight year. But I think he could do it, and he's definitely worthy of it. Like I said, the last 15 minutes of this film are absolutely emotionally devastating. If I don't have a brother, I have a sister, but I really related to a lot of the mental health stuff that came with this, and anybody who follows my channel and knows me as a friend knows that that's a big deal to me. But I can't imagine what this is going to be like for somebody who has brothers, is very close to their brothers, or maybe even have lost brothers in tragic ways. It's going to be emotionally devastating for them. But it's just a great film overall. Fantastic movie in terms of, well, it's lit. Great soundtrack too. Some classic songs from the 70s and 80s. I loved it. Overall, if you're looking for me to give this a score, it'd be a solid 9 out of 10 for me. It's not a 10 out of 10, but it's a solid 9 out of 10. And it's definitely going to make my top 10 of the year, maybe even my top 5. Anyway, that's it for me. Corey Van Castle Cook, also known as the Bearded Cinephile, one half of Movie Chumps. I'll see everybody next time. Peace.